Notice this is take 2 because our stuff was overheating. Guys, we're going to talk about my Instagram going from 0 to 10,000 followers, and then having at least one reel over 1 million at this point, and some others that are real close to that. If you're watching this purely to find out how to get your Instagram from 0 to 10K as fast as possible, that's not for you. This isn't for you. This is to talk about having fun, sustainability, and growing while you do that. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to give you our top 3 reasons we've been successful, and then our top 3 lessons learned. But in order to start this episode off, obviously we're not in our garage this week, nope. As you can see, so we're going to give you a little footage on how we got out here. We're going to jump right into it, okay? So first off, our top 3 reasons why we've been successful. Guys, reason number 1 is probably the thing that you've heard the most, and it's consistency, okay? But in order to back that up and to kind of give you our ideas of what consistency means and what it is I'm going to throw down some stats. I'm going to put up some pictures of, like, essentially screenshots from my iPhone, and show you my Instagram and its growth over time.
Yep, show them what works.
Yeah.
That's the way to go.
So guys, for me, this journey, it started a couple years ago in December. So December 31st, 2022 is when I started my Instagram. It was over the next couple months, I posted a handful of times, but it really came after the end of February. I really put time and effort into posting a reel. I started having fun making them, and so I had one reel that I put some time into, posted, and it actually had some success. So then that started Lacey and I talking, and April 11th of 2023 is when I decided, I said, I'm gonna post every single day on my Instagram account. Because as I looked and found out how people were successful, I kept seeing consistency too. Yeah. So at that date, I made the goal, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna start posting every single day.
Yeah. And it was real sweet, right? So we sat down and he's like, I think I can do this. I think this is something I want to do. No one around me seems to care or really think that like it's a good idea or that it will be successful. And I mean, we've shared with a few people in person that we've chatted with about kind of this whole adventure. And I think I give credit all to Bubba, but I think we had fun doing it together because I was the first person in his life that was like, yeah, you absolutely can do it. And why not? Let's try, right? So yeah. I think it was fun. From day one, it's been fun. April 11th, 2023 is when I started. At that time, I had about 800 followers, and it all really had come from that one reel that was doing well. By the time that I decided to do this every day, it had about 200,000 views. Okay, so I had one reel with about 200,000 views, and I had, I don't know, a dozen others that had like a few hundred. Okay, so really wasn't breaking 1,000 on a regular basis on views, and Still good content.
Yeah, but just had this one that did well, and so we committed to it, and we're like, all right, we think we can do this. So guys, I'm gonna jump a little bit forward and say that like we posted, and I say we because this is something that it took both of us to do it. It wasn't just me posting, it wasn't just me getting footage, it really took both of us to do this.
Made it fun though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a great ride.
Yeah.
And
consistency
so anyway,
wasn't hard because it was still a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then jumping in April, so we started April, November. So November of 2023, guys, by this point, I've been posting every day for just over 6 months, okay? That's roughly, 200 posts by this point. And I had 8 reels that were over 5,000 views. And I had 0 photos that were over 100 likes, okay? So like pretty base level. And wasn't really seeing the success that I thought I would by posting every day for 6 months. I was like, oh, I'll be, I keep watching these videos. I was watching YouTube videos and they were like, if you post every day, I got 100,000 followers in a month. And I was like, okay, I'm putting time, effort, I'm editing, I'm learning skills, we're getting good footage. And I was like, man,
what is going on?
Yeah, so it really did. It took a while, guys. But we just stuck with it.
Yeah.
And then, and it's really been in the last little bit that we've seen this crazy momentum start to build. So fast forwarding a year from when we started. So April of 2024, so this year, guys,
months ago.
1 year and 1 day after I started posting every day for a year, I hit 6,000 followers. So for me, super stoked. Okay.
We were very excited.
We were super pumped. We're like, okay, like this is pretty cool. Like that's still huge growth in a year. And we were really happy about it. And we still, again, at that point had a blast doing it. Now I want to fast forward to just the next little bit. It started after that to really gain momentum.
Quickly too. That was very fast.
That's after that it started to really roll.
Yep.
And it was, okay, hang on, I got some notes because I don't want to screw up the dates and give you guys bad information. So it was the 13th of July of this year, so 2024, that I hit 9,000 followers, okay? And then,
which was also very exciting.
a week and a day later, so 8 days later, I hit 10,000 followers. Yeah. So that's significantly different. But that shows you like, essentially I got 1,000 followers in a week where before, guys, if we got 10 followers, like netted 10 followers in a month, because you gain some, you lose some. If I netted 10 followers in a month, I was like, that's a good month.
That was
that means
early
like,
on, though.
Yeah, but that means a couple people a week are following me from the stuff that I'm putting out, and I was excited. And then fast forward till now, and it's literally 1,000 in a week. So that was pretty cool. And then to give you guys stats on the posts, today I have 386 reels that I've posted.
Not bad.
With over 95 now. So over 95 of those have 5,000 views. So again,
minimum.
And so initially what I was posting now is the standard. So over 25% of the stuff that I've posted since the beginning is now over 5,000 views, with really pretty much everything I post now over the last few months hitting well over 5,000 views. And then we have one with over 1 million and about 10 with over 500,000 views. So like we've gained a lot of momentum through being consistent. But I also just want to let you guys know that's through being consistent, okay? It wasn't always successful. If you're looking at like, I'm gonna just keep posting this and I'm gonna get rich quick, and this is, or get rich, like get a lot of followers or
anything,
engagement quick, it really doesn't always work that way. But I will tell you,
it absolutely can, because there are fluke chances, right? Or like you're in a different niche, but I think that you've kind of hit a very cool area with people, right? That this community is awesome. There's a lot of support in that. And I think once that traction or the momentum started, people started to notice, and I love the comments. It's great. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Guys, with that, talking about that consistency, we really wanted to give you numbers and kind of give you a background, but that's definitely the longest of all our tips. But I do want to jump in and I want to show you guys that reel that really started it for me in this journey, and the one that literally I was like, hey mom, I need your help. I need you to come hold this cell phone and stand on the corner of this street and film me a few times. And so without my mom, wouldn't be here. Without Lacey, wouldn't have been able to do it. But guys, here's that first reel.
hope you guys enjoyed that, because that was before I came around and was helping Bubba with footage, and it was one of the first things he showed me, and I was like, I love it, and either people aren't seeing it or they don't get it, and if they don't get it, you don't want them anyway. But yeah, definitely one of my favorites. So getting into reason number 2 for success, and that is quality of your videos or your photos.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Guys, early on, again, I needed my mom to help me out, right? She stood at the corner, she got that first footage.
So sweet.
And then really once I committed to posting every day in April, Lacey was a huge part after that of getting quality footage. Because as cool as some videos are that I feel like we've posted, you can't do it yourself. I can't ride the motorcycle and be filming me in a vehicle next to me. Yeah. So guys, we have a history of
trial and error and all kinds
just
of
trying so many different things, finding out what works and advancing our gear over time.
Yeah. That was a big deal too.
This has become a passion and a lot of fun for us. And so we have invested in being successful with that. So guys, we have gear that we always post in the corner what we're filming with so you guys can see it.
Yep.
But like we have a 360 cam, we're gonna put on this side.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if there's a reverse. Anyway, it's gonna be over here or over here. But we have a 360 cam, a GoPro 11 Hero, our iPhones, and then we started using this Sony, a Canon Rebel T5i.
Yep.
And then we have the drone. So anyway, that's kind of like what we have now, but that's all grown over the last year, where initially I grabbed a GoPro, and knowing nothing about editing or filming, guys, I was getting horizontal videos that I was trying to crop into a frame. It never worked out. It was super grainy. So I will say when we started posting every day, my videos did get significantly better. So early on, they were not the best quality, and we try to put a lot more quality in now, which I think has helped gain success and traction.
Yep. Yeah, and I think once I started helping you, I think that was one of the first things I said. I was like, there's nothing wrong with these videos, but I think a lot of, and I'm a short attention span girly, so I'm like, anybody who's like me is just like, it's blurry or it's kind of grainy, I'm not interested. Like if it's intentional, that's one thing, but it just looks like somebody was filming on a, I don't know, what is that phone that iPhones talk to iPhones and Samsungs don't? It was like, when was this film? Dark Ages, 1800s. But yeah, the fact that you were still trying it out, you were still learning, and honestly, that was kind of a cool part of the process along the way. Was just learning and different editing, whether they're apps or Lightroom or CapCut. That's been a really fun one lately that we've had, with templates and things like that, or even just going in and having an idea of what we wanted, but really having that quality footage, game changer, bar none. Yeah.
Going into reason number 3. And that is quality audio. And by quality audio, I don't mean like the actual quality of the audio. I mean getting quality audio as in like it's funny, it's a catchy song, it's trending.
Yep.
Because that makes, what we've seen success from is when people share our things. When people like or share, that really helps engagement and that helps growth. So you really do have to spend time finding what is trending, what's quality audio, and
some original
and what makes people
too.
laugh.
Yeah, some original audio in there I definitely don't think hurts, but you're taking a bigger gamble doing that.
Yeah, and I would say that like out of the times where we have found something really funny, I would say most of the time it is mildly successful, but we have a blast doing it, so it makes it worth it.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of times, like, I try not to just, this is kind of sound weird because I do a lot of social media, but I try not to just sit on my phone and scroll. If I'm scrolling, I'm literally looking for more things. So a lot of times I won't even watch a video. I'll just scroll to listen and find things, and then I'll check. And there's been 2 very recent posts within the last couple of months where I heard an audio and I was the second person, sorry, bug. And so I clicked on the audio and it was somebody who's, it was their actual voice. You got a bug?
It's a bees.
But guys, it really was something that like it was an original post from somebody else. And I jumped on that, used the audio because I thought it was really funny and engaging. And then that helped take it off.
Yeah.
And it was really being at that very beginning phase of it, that as more people use that audio and gain traction, it really helped propel the success of some of the videos that I was able to post. So again, spend time doing that, find out what is funny and what appeals to you, but also what is trending. And then I would also say, along those same lines, be very leery of when you see apps or promotions for like, we'll find the trending audio and do it. By the time that you get it, it's probably saturated.
Yeah.
So you don't have to use saturated audio, and I'm gonna.
You can. There's no harm in it, right? Like, you try it out. If it
Yeah.
works, if you think it's funny, I think part of that is just finding something that you genuinely connect with, which we'll talk about more later on that. But yeah, I think if you connect with it, you think it's funny or it's witty, or maybe you're going more moody route, you know, and really tapping the feels, like that's great too. But yeah, good audio.
Absolutely. So good
Yeah.
audio
Good
is
audio,
really
game changer.
That's, yeah. So guys, again, our top 3 reasons for being successful: consistency, quality of video, and then quality or engaging audio.
Now we're going to get into our 3 lessons learned. First one, big one. Sometimes people suck. The internet is not always friendly. Although that being said, we have had a ton of luck with finding and connecting with some really cool people. But yeah, I think I tend to take things a little bit more in stride, because at the end of the day, I'm like, the people that are commenting nasty, hateful things, or just plain rude, honestly, I'm like, they're commenting. We've got other people who have been tried and true followers or friends even that get on there and they're like, you guys are rude, back off their post, right? Like, come into the defenses. I've gone in at the defense for Bubba because I'm like, that was nasty. Why would they say that? But at the end of the day, you can't let it get you down. There's haters, but haters on your comments are causing more comments to come in and more positivity to come in. And generally speaking, we've had a few lately, but I think as a general, like, overall rule, we've had really good success with, like, just awesome people spreading good vibes and sharing memories, riding with their kids on their bikes, or like, I love that you guys are a couple and you ride together. And I love that. So yeah, don't let the people get you down.
Yeah, and just guys, to elaborate off that, initially, again, posting, and as soon as you find a little bit of success, there are people who, I think it's to evoke emotion. I'm honestly not sure why people feel like they can go out of their way.
They're keyboard warriors.
Yeah, to say very, like, honestly, pretty horrible things. And I don't want to repost it or give anybody credit for that stuff. But again, taking shots at us personally, parenting styles, you know, and pretty gruesome ways that they hope that we leave this world. So it could be very offensive. And for me, like, obviously, like, Lacey and my son, I get very defensive of.
Understandably.
And as well as, like, me choosing to live my life how I want to live. So Lacey has been a great sounding board over the last little bit to be like, hey, don't engage, don't let it go.
Or I say some smart aleck comment back to them. I'm like, be passive aggressive. You don't have to go in guns blazing. Just tell them that they're kooky or whatever, something silly.
But
diffuse.
As much as some people suck, especially on the internet, there's a lot of good people too. Yeah. And so out of, we were looking at a post where there's been a couple pretty intense negative comments, and then going back through, and I would say I think on one there's a couple thousand comments, and
there's like one with over 3,200 comments, and probably only, I could just all round and say maybe 30 negative people being just saying whatever's on their mind, and everyone's entitled to their own opinions. I'm not saying that they're not, but you'd think, right, like, that's 10%, 1%, yeah, like, it's not bad.
So again, don't let 1% ruin what you're doing, and don't let it get to you. Like, keep doing you, stay consistent. Just know that there will always be those people, and then move on, because you're not making content for them anyway.
Nope.
All right, guys, so lessons learned, number 2, and that's going to be edit in app.
Oh yeah, that was a big one for sure. I think that even more recently is something that I noticed. I don't know if it's the algorithms between, like, TikTok or Instagram. We're still getting into the whole YouTube world, so I don't know how much that has to do with any of that. But yeah, editing in Instagram, I think that it knows that you did, so it's putting you on the explore page and things like that, where, as much as I love CapCut, and we have used that or utilized that quite a bit, I definitely think whether it's adding your audio, you can edit in one app, but coming back, adding your audio, adding your text, adding effects or whatever to your videos, Instagram likes when you utilize their services or, their trending stuff, and they're just like, oh, hey, thanks for that. We'll top that one right over here. And I think that has been successful for sure.
Yeah. Again, I think that you just mentioned it. Text and audio from the app itself. Guys, I would edit your video and filter it and cut it up how you need to in something like CapCut.
Yeah.
But then I would throw the video though over, and when you upload it, add that text and add that audio. And guys, again, we're not trying to game the algorithm or anything like that. You hear it all the time. I don't have any secrets behind that, but I'm just telling you from our personal experience, it's significantly different when you just add a few things in app itself and then post it. So again, a lesson learned that we try to apply now. Okay, guys, and then going into, I would say, the final and most important lesson learned that I've seen other people really struggle with, and that is
have fun.
have fun, right?
You got to get out there and have fun. Otherwise, I don't know what you're doing this for, right?
Seriously.
Yeah.
Everybody I know who, again, I've talked to a lot of people because I'm like, like I post a lot and they're like, oh, like you're super active on social media and stuff. And, it always starts a conversation. And most of the people I know now will be like, oh, I tried to do that and I stopped, or I wasn't able to be consistent with it. And I think it's because the goal was to get some sort of fame or following or engagement.
Or monetary value or whatever, yeah. And
but not to just have fun.
Instant overnight. They're like, oh, that didn't work. I only did it for a month, 6 months. I'm over it, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not going out and shooting, having content days and having fun with it, like, it'd be grueling, it'd be exhausting. Like, so, I mean, it's hot. It's hot in the summertime, and we've still gone out just because we were like, oh my gosh, the sunset's behind you guys, so you don't get to see that. But we've gotten home, he's come home from work, I've come home from work and been like, the clouds are spectacular. We need to get out because it's going to be great. And honestly, had a blast doing it, but it doesn't hurt when the sky's beautiful. It's very picturesque. Living in the desert, it's painted, it's beautiful. So it's always a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, have fun with it, and that's how you're also going to be able to sustain doing this long term. Again, a lot of people who I think go into it with that, like, I'm going to get to 0 to 100,000 followers in a month, and they're doing it on something like they don't really care about. It's like, I'm going to do a finance channel that everybody else has done and try to engage in that. Like, they just get burnt out because it's the same tips, it's the same posts. That means that their social media is very impersonal, and so I think that makes it really hard. So I would say have fun with what you're doing. It doesn't have to be, like for us, it's motorcycles. We enjoy that.
Yeah,
There's obviously a theme.
For sure. Yeah.
But at the same time, it's a theme that takes up the majority of our lives anyway. So again, with that, have fun, find something you enjoy, and just send it and be consistent.
Whatever it is. Family, love, couples, mukbang videos. That's a thing. You never know.
I don't even know what that is.
So they eat the food like crazy. If you love to eat food, go get into that, because that is
honestly, that sounds gross, but some people like it, so there's something for everybody.
There's a niche market.
We'll go ahead and just give some closing thoughts on this past, 15, 16 months that we've been doing this, and where we are now. So I'll let Lacey go first.
This has been the best time. I was just thinking, I'm trying to remember, we lost recording at some point, so I don't know if I mentioned this yet, but I think over the last 15 months, what has been the best for me is knowing that, Bubs and I, he came to me, we made this decision, like, why not? Let's get out, let's have fun. He had this goal, he's like, if I can get 10K, I will know I accomplished something, and everything after that's gravy. And I think not everyone, it's not that people were dissuading you or anything, but maybe just weren't the support that he needed to go, you can do it, or you can at least try, so why not? And I love and appreciate that I got to be that person for you and really push you and, motivate you. And on the days even when I didn't want to go out, but he's like, hey, I have this funny idea, or like, I really want to get this, I really want this footage captured. And I'm like, I see the vision. Let's go do it, right? It's hot. We live in the desert, but at the end of the day, we have gone out and had fun, and it's honestly been a blast. And we've met cool people along the way. So fun trips, fun people, great community. Bubba taught me to ride earlier this year, so now we get to go out and shoot each other for content and ride together. So all encompassing. It's just been a ride. So
yeah, it's been a blast doing this. Again, for me, I really have had just a blast doing this, and for me, it's become very therapeutic, which was initial a conversation that we had where, guys, I'm telling you, I'm not the most creative person by a lot.
Yes, he doesn't think he is.
But I never really engaged in any arts growing up. And so for me, video editing, photography, videography, that's all very new to me. But I found it to just be kind of open up a part of me that I've never really engaged before. And it's been a blast to do that. So it's helped me personally. It's helped us have time together. And guys, if you have a goal, just stick with it. So I'm going to say that's the lesson of the episode. Yeah. It's just, if you set a goal, be disciplined and stick to it, and you're going to be successful. It might not be on somebody else's timeline, but they don't matter. It's your journey, it's your goals, it's your life. So find something you enjoy, make goals, and have fun.
I love that. And be yourself. There's nothing better than being your genuine self, because you'll never feel like you're doing anything made up, because you're going to go out and have fun being you. So I think that's a big deal. Guys, with that, we're starting to get some wind. There's a lot of clouds behind you. So we're going to hit the road. We'll probably give you some footage of the ride home, and we'll see you next week. All right, let's get it.
Don't care about relevance. I'm doing me. I'm in my element. We the new delegate. Tapping and see. I don't sit and worry about who's on. Back in my bag, that's a new on. Kettle on my wrist, it's a crouton. Direct flight out to London. Then might slide out to Lisbon. Crossing borders, getting my stamps up. Travel light, everybody can't come. Lay low, I don't want attention. Only show what you see. Never no cap in my rap. When I rap on the track, got me feeling like I'm in the league. Ease. I'm in my element. Don't care about relevance. I'm doing me. I'm in my element. We the new delegate. Tapping and see.